Hey everybody, how you doing? And welcome back. Terra Luna Classic keeps climbing. UST keeps climbing. In my opinion, very good news for all the LUNC holders. Would you agree? And that is why I'm making this video. My experience has taught me a lot in the cryptocurrency space, and there's one event that really changed a lot my perspective, and that was Shiba Inu back in 2021. And I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at Shiba Inu as to what happened back then that could actually happen in this period. It is a probability. Remember, it's all speculation at the end of the day. When I see this, guys, this graph, 72 hours plus, my spider sense goes into a take profits mode, right? And that's why I made the 5 pump warning video, because you see this and you're like, well, usually that's an amazing return. By the way, you want to take profits and repeat the process. There's nothing wrong with that. But guess what? Your money, your choice. It's up to you, not up to me. Now, in the previous experience, I saw this. You're seeing the price of Shiba Inu right now back in 2021. And I remember seeing it sideways trading at all this 07, came all the way up the beginning of October. And I'm like, oh, wow, you can go back and watch take a look at those videos. And I was saying, guys, I think it's late. Let's go ahead and take profits or so. So I look back at what I've done before. But here's the deal. Terra Luna Classic and Shiba Inu at this point are community-driven tokens, much more different than a Bitcoin, Ethereum, and what have you. Because in this market, when everything is down, when we are 19,000 Bitcoin and equities are down as well, what people are looking for is for quick profits, right? And this makes total sense because community-driven tokens do this. When we go to the technicals, it's a bunch of sideways trading. There's a bunch of trading, right? Goes up, goes down, and that's how people profit. So if you put it in a nice 1 week view, 1 day view, this is what you're gonna see. As I was talking about Shiba Inu back then, I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and see this. I wasn't too involved with it back then in October. Then what happened? It exploded to 408. A day that most Shiba Inu holders are not gonna forget, right? But what happened then? Shiba Inu back then didn't have Shibarium, of course, didn't have NFTs, didn't have the burn portal, didn't have a metaverse, didn't have 3+ million followers. Shiba Inu didn't have a community driven backing them up like for reals loyals. It was being built back then. So with that being said, I'm like, well, why was it driving the price of Shiba Inu to the moon? And why was many people wrong about the prediction of this one, right? And I'm like, well, because when it comes to community-driven tokens, expectations are clueless, or predictions go to the extremes, either too much down, crashing, or extremely all the way to the moon. And I've learned that the hard way, but I've learned that. I know a lot of people made a lot of money. Let's go ahead and extrapolate all that information and bring it back today, June 2022, Terra Luna. My first, clue, intuition will be take profits, which, as always, your money, your choice. But because right now, and actually, Terra Luna, of course, is continuously, Shiba Inu is continuously doing burns. It still is at trillions. If you come here, still shows at trillions. So although they've been doing a lot of burns from 1 quadrillion, then as we know, Vitalik, half, and they're still doing that good labor of burning. Terra Luna is in that same path, currently in trillions as well, which actually the total supply seems to be increasing. Kind of crazy, right? But the point of the story is gonna take a long time, in my opinion, to get to those nice price levels that you see a lot on YouTube thumbnails, $1 or so. Crazy, right? It's okay, whatever. But the expectations of a massive blowout driven by the community hype, excitement, volume, frenzy, trending right now on Twitter, could detonate a short squeeze. Because what happened to Shiba Inu I mean, it went all the way to the moon, and then here's the reality. There it is. Now, for Terra Luna, and I mean, it's all education. I love it. For Terra Luna, it's already down. Like, it's already bottom, extremely down. The only way forward, realistically speaking, if you're already working on this, if you're already being vocal on this, if you already have community driven, like you're building on it, will be up, right? So I adore finding these golden nuggets of information and learning, because at the end of the day, long term, I mean, I could tell you, I could see Terra Luna, of course, going up in value, not without its challenges of selling off as well. You gotta be willing and to take that, as we're seeing people are taking profits here and there. But what I'm saying, right, from our look and our study on Shiba Inu, this could explode. How long? We don't know. It's gonna be very difficult to predict exactly what will be the stopping point, but that will be a job for you to analyze and to calculate your risk level and say, yes, here's where I'm gonna stop, here's what I'm gonna buy, here's what I'm gonna sell. Because if you take a look at Shiba Inu, yes, it exploded, but it topped and it came down. So the summary of this video, I think, is prepare for a possible blowout to the moon. Prepare for a possible skyrocket launch price for Terra Luna Classic, because although there's not everything put in place for this project, the volume, frenzy, and craziness for this coin right now is building up, and we just need a couple more price, pumps, so people really start putting a lot of attention and start probably FOMO in it. Finally saying FOMO in it, right? Fear of missing out. Once that kicks for Terra Luna Classic, that's when we are going to actually see the volume skyrocket really nice. What do you guys think? So here it is. That's it. That's what I wanted to tell you. This is a look into Shiba Inu previously in October 2021, when I was calling the top very early. I was wrong, of course. Now I'm just saying, guys, 5 pumps, just be careful. From experience, can collapse. A lot of comments, of course, saying it's a scam, it's garbage. You do you. But the thing is, well, from previous experience, when it comes to community tokens that are building in popularity, that have some vision and goals and milestones and that roadmap, when it comes to the community, it's very powerful. It is the way it is. I hope you guys learned something. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Don't forget to smash the like button, consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time, guys. Peace.